And we say greetings, this is Kabanka Pyramid representing the Lion Voice vlog. Make sure that them check it out and stay tuned. See? Rastafari blessings every time.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Oh, it was a iration from when I was born. I have to say that. It's I moved forward towards Rastafari on my own. It wasn't through a traditional route like as a woman normally as a king man or someone that brings you to the liberty, but it was my own iration and my own seeking of this knowledge and liberty in order for my emancipation of my iration. Rastafari was always the way for me.
As far as Rastafari, it's just inborn in I. It's just going through certain experiences and growing and maturing, and certain things start to come to the surface.
The year is 1892, and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kikuken, or the evil days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabet is giving birth in a place called Erjersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name Tafari, meaning one to be feared or respected. Tafari's father, Ras Mystic, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. Ras Mystic is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. Ras Mystic knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. Tafari would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of Kwesi Bansu's book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub. Please visit for more information.
Alright, family, housekeeping out of the way. I am going to introduce my guests. I have 2 illustrious guests tonight. They are going to take us into the world of DARC. So it's going to get dark on the platform, you know what I mean? And we mean that in the best way. We have the Minister of Finance, who is a man that is very mystic, you know what I mean, Ras Mystic. And we have the General Secretary, Royal Empress, I-Chelle. So let us give a warm Lion Talk Live welcome to the DARC Foundation. Royal blessings, family.
Yes, give thanks, Ras Kwazi. Give thanks for having I. It's a pleasure to be here on the Lion Voice Network, representing the DARC Foundation, Rastafari every time. Much honor.
Give
Yes,
thanks.
greetings. Give thanks for allowing the I to be here, I and I to be here. Dark Foundation, Empress I-Chelle here, Dark General Secretary. It's an honor to be on Lion Talk Radio, Rastafari.
Yes, yes, yes. So we have a tradition here. We're not going to go too deep, but I like to introduce my guests in their individual capacity because we don't just want to be talking heads up here. We want the people to know there's a journey, there's a story. This lioness who I've known over a decade have a story, and the brethren have a story. So if you can just introduce the guy themselves, where you're born, where you're from, and just briefly, the journey that you have made to embrace Rastafari.
Okay, I'll start with myself. Sister I-Chelle here. Greetings and give thanks. Um, I and I's been trotting for over 30 years now for Rastafari. Um, born of
People
Jamaican
are gonna say the
heritage.
age don't match the face, Empress. The
I
people
know
are gonna
that.
say
That's
that the
right.
age don't.
30
You,
years
you
plus.
look like you're 30 right now.
Give thanks,
But they must say you're
good,
tried from
good
birth.
living, healthy living, good karma, and living upright and Rastafari to its
Highly,
utmost.
highly, highly,
I
highly.
tell, I
Continue.
tell.
Sorry, I interrupt there. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, yeah, a media artist, activist, philanthropist, excuse me, musician, and so those are the things that I thrive on. Videographer, editorial, and media, like I said, media artist, and so I'm the Dark General Tech Secretary. So I hold the archives and everything for Dark Foundation, and the records for the past what, over what, was it 13 years now,
Okay.
of works that we've been doing in the community here in the United States, in Jamaica, and in Africa. So I have
Good.
all the records and different things that we've been trying to instill within the liberty. Um,
Yes.
yeah, that's my.
And what drew you to His Majesty and Her Majesty?
Oh, it was a iration from when I was born. I have to say that it's I came I moved forward towards Rastafari on my own. It wasn't through a traditional route like as a woman normally as a king man or someone that brings you to the liberty, but it was my own iration and my own seeking of this knowledge and liberty in order for my emancipation of my iration. Rastafari was always the way for me.
Okay, okay. That's powerful. I've heard several sisters say that now, and it seemed like His Majesty called the eye to this work, and the eye has served faithfully. So we give thanks. We do. And the eye where was the eye born?
I was born in Jamaica, Queens.
Okay, okay. Um,
My parents are from St. Mary. My father's from St. Mary, Baileysville, Port Maria over there, so. And my mother's from Portland.
so you lived through the crack area in Queens in
Oh boy, you're trying to put a number on me now, but yes, I
no,
did.
because for our international audience, they hear Queens that don't realize that some of these areas were rough in the old York, especially south side, north side. There was all kind of thing going on in the 80s in these areas. You know what I mean? Some of the high schools, Andrew Jackson. You know what I mean? Some terrible. Where did I go to high school?
Okay, so fortunately, of Jamaican heritage, yes, I was born in Jamaica, Queens, but during them time, I tried out to Long Island and migrated
Okay,
out there.
give
And I grew up
thanks.
with a white picket fence and was
Okay,
quite
give
lovely. And I did
thanks.
watch the news of the crack and the slashings on the train and everything else. I saw that on the news.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
So I'm give thanks to my parents for allowing me to have a good upbringing
Yes,
and a
yes.
well-rounded education,
Give
and to
thanks.
be able to trod and uphold this
Beautiful,
liberty. Give
beautiful.
thanks.
I love that. I love that for the eye because you're precious to I and I. But I just want to let the people know when they hear some of these, places, these places are historically for black people. They've bred some serious fire. All right, make we go to Ras Mystic, the Mystic
Ye-
one.
Yes, I.
Where was the eye born? Take us through the eye journey and the eye
Well,
embrace of Rastafari.
yes, giving thanks. Yes, born in Kingston, Jamaica,
Okay,
and around the halfway tree area.
okay,
Yes, and I come to Queens as a youth in the let's say the mid 80s. I live in Elmhurst, Queens, coming from Jamaica.
Okay.
So it's just coming from my parents having to leave the country. To be specific, my father, who was doing some works for Rastafari on the radio, and because of those works, he was he was dismissed of his position on JBC Radio at that time. So he had to leave Jamaica, and they didn't want a Rasta business on the airwaves in them time.
Yes.
We're talking about
And I have a radio voice too. Me, I listen to the voice.
Well,
it's
universal, it's universal. Seeing, give thanks, and then we come forward to the United States here, and as far as Rastafari, it's just inborn in I. It's just going through certain experiences and growing and maturing, and certain things start to come to the surface, and then you start.
So I went to high school in Queens.
No. So after a time, we moved. The area get a little rough, so we moved north of New York City over the bridge there.
Okay. So the eye was also preserved from. Cause when them say Queens, Queens are a rough place.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
So you were spared from some of that tribulation in that time.
Because the same thing that I talked about with the crack and everything. That those are one of the things that my parents saw was growing rampantly.
Yes.
And decided that we have to move,
Give thanks.
So,
I had the ability, and also it speaks to the strength of family. Because you both come from strong families, they had that ability to work together and to be able to move them out of that tribulation. So we really give thanks for that.
Yeah, I have to say that because my cousins growing up in Far Rockaway and all that, they had stories. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
so
serious.
I give thanks for the education.
Yeah, New York was serious, just like DC was very serious at a time. So what made the I embrace Rastafari? Did I embrace it from Jamaica, or was it in America, Ras Mystic, that you really?
No, I was well set here in the United States, and going through certain tribulation, and there was something inside the eye, but it didn't come fully yet. It's like you check out things over here, over there, and you just don't connect. Until one time, I play a lot of sports and I get an injury, so I had to go sit down for a while. And it's those times when life slowed down now, I start to really get into my own meditation and say, and I used to have visions of His Majesty and thing, and it just, mystically, like we say. And, from then it's just straight Rastafari.
Okay, give thanks. What year is that we're talking about?
Over 20 odd years now.
Okay, like late 90s.
Yeah, early 2000s, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, both them time. Yes,
yeah, that was around the time I'm on site of late 90s. It was a powerful time. I was gonna say something, Sister I-Chelle?
I signed up from 93.
93. Them time them just go high school. No, them time them a junior in a high school, I tell you, she will fool your family. You think it's a young sister, but she has been traveling 93. Give thanks, Cause that's over 30 years. Yeah, as I say, So we give thanks. Yeah, Rastafari. Emperor I Selassie the first. Tell the people about Empress many. Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, but to the coming while we stand tall, I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start ball, cause they see the city streets them flood, but when the hurricane blow down their wall, I'll be by your side and me now but think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, that light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide that
rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, through the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start mal, but they see their city streets them flood, when the hurricane blow down our wall, I'll be by your side and me not budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your light was a lifeline. I think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. They say hurt people, maybe that's why Babylon them so evil. Maybe Babylon abused as a child. That's why them no like the light when you smile. That's why them no like how your body curve. The way how you dance get on Babylon nerve. Them no know how the Almighty you serve. Want to be a queen, so a king you deserve. And I'll be by your side when things get worse. When the city flood cause the dam just burst. When you can depend on no state or church. Firm like a man in an Haile Selassie first.